It's lovely.
It's elevated music.
That is so lovely.
It's just calming. I feel like I need to meditate. Welcome to live meditation with Carly and Mike. Yeah. Wednesday morning meditation session.
Ritual. It's beautiful.
It's so calming and cool.
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh God, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. I'm liking this. It's like half porn star, half meditation.
Wow. What kind of music do you listen to?
Porn meditation.
So
All right, that's enough. Good morning, Carly.
good morning, Mike. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
That's
Good. What's happening?
Good morning, Zant. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Kaylee. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Kenny. What is going on with my profile again? It is not coming up with me getting my comments. Want everyone on TikTok? What's going on TikTok? Don't ask me about my penis size again, please. Don't like it. Yeah, get any questions about health and wellness, you send them through and we'll answer them for you live. What's going on, Carls? How you been, mate?
Yeah, good. Really
Yeah.
good. Thank you.
Big week?
Yeah, all these challenges.
Yeah.
Off to a flying start. Yeah, it's been crazy under the pump, but it's how we love to do it, don't we?
Love it. It's absolutely how was it.
Yeah.
See, even Kaylee said it was going to say sounds like porn music. Kaylee, we watch the same porn.
And Jackie said lift music, but I know she means porn music too.
70s
well done,
porn. Jack. For sure. Sideburns porn, we'll call it.
Wow.
Way back in the day. Oh, dear.
How are you, Mike?
I'm excellent, mate. I'm really, really good. Doing really well. Can't complain. It's been a big week too. So I'm enjoying my morning coffee. Got the Wolf singlet on, so hopefully we get a victory today. I'm pretty sure we snuck in yesterday. I was having a look through this morning.
Will see.
It's looking like it could be 4-all with the Wolves.
Hey, what happened yesterday? You got a flat tire.
Yeah. It's life, mate. You move on, eh?
So what? But can you change a flat?
Can I? I broke 4 nails doing it. So
did you?
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine you.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. Like, so you can do that kind of.
Mate, I'm very handy. Very, very handy.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Beautiful.
I know. I surprise a lot of people, even myself. Morning, Trudy, Ash, Trace, Suze. Suze, where's your question for the week? We usually get a Susie special, but it's not around yet.
I got one from Suze through the success team.
Did you?
Yeah, and it was I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was like, Suze is so great. She just asked the questions, right?
Ask the grace questions, yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I hope she's doing her squats in the pool.
What does she do? Squats in the pool? Yeah. Awesome. What a legend.
I know, she's doing it. You should see her. I'm catching up with her next week, so looking forward to going for a walk with her and seeing how she is.
Yeah, beautiful.
She's doing really well. And well done to all the
That's what I'm wondering, Suze. How on earth did Mike change the tire?
I surprise a lot of people. I'm a lot manlier than you think I am, all right?
Oh, joke as well.
Getting slaughtered here. All right, see? There you go. Not the only one. It's all good.
So what about all the wins coming through from the challenges over the weekend?
Yeah, excellent.
Check-in, and not only, seeing those measurements come in, but just the crew sending messages back saying, I'm just feeling so much better. And
you're right. There's some big victories there that I don't think any people have celebrated either. There's been I've seen a lot of 6 kilo wins, a lot of 3 kilo, a lot of people, I've only lost 1 kilo. Fucking, you've only lost 2 Harrys, mate. Yeah. All right? 2 Harrys.
Yeah.
That's like 2 kilos, 1 kilo of fat. It's massive. So celebrate it. You need to celebrate the little wins more. I think it's super important. It's not only a kilo. It's a kilo. It's a lot of weight. You cut your arm, half your arm off. So celebrate it. Celebrate it more. But it's super impressive. It just goes to show that people are actually committed to changing their lives. And I know it's only a short time frame, and challenges, it's like a kickstart. But the real work starts happening from here on in, when we need to, in 3 weeks' time, you'll be probably, hopefully, 5 or 6 down, most people. but the hard work starts after that when
Yep.
you really got to knuckle down. So hopefully your challenges out there have taken us up on the offer that we put up for most of you. If you haven't, put your hand up. I'm still happy to listen and extend you on, because I think it's super important that you realize that you're not self-made. You need help, and us coaches have the tools at hand. We know what we need to do to get you into shape and to make you feel good about yourself inside and out. So press the fucking button and join us.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, be the best thing you ever did. Come summer, you'll be so stoked that you got that confidence back. You're back at the beach, your shirt's off, you're feeling, well, men, your shirt's off. Ladies, keep them on. Yeah, you just got that confidence about yourself again, and I think that's more important than anything.
Yep. I 100% agree, Mike. I think a lot of people think that, yeah, great, I can do this by myself. That's fantastic if you can do it by yourself.
Yep.
But you feel that probably now because it feels so simple. But I guarantee you, challenges are meant to be hypey, and it's a big vibe in the group right now. But when you are no longer a part of that and have that accountability around you, you will probably find that you'll take a few steps backwards after these 21 days. And we don't run a lot of challenges for that reason, right, Mike? We're about, this is a good time for us to work out who are the crew that really want to make that permanent change. And you can see who they are.
Yeah, so, definitely. We've got a good eagle eye when it comes to things like that, because, I mean, we've been doing it for long enough to know. And the good thing is, Carly and I have been through our own transformations in life. Carly was one of our first women that went through the academy, and you can't have a more better coach than somebody who's actually lived and breathed the product.
Yes.
In my eyes, I didn't intentionally have Jace's wisdom passed on to me, but by being with him, I learned so much that, it helped me out. I was getting into pretty good shape, but mentally it helped me so much. But for you and Erin to be, walking billboards of the product that we have, and just phenomenal women to run an academy of beautiful women as well, to have you two as leaders is just a great thing. And I know it sounds like I'm doing a bit of self-promotion here, but we're not. We are the best at what we do, and we have the best at what we do. So I just urge people to push the red button, hit that button. It's time for you to change. So
we've felt the pain. We know what it feels to be stuck. We've done it all.
And you know what? We still feel the pain to this day, Carl, and we know how to manage. Right? Yeah, we know how to manage if we put on weight. We know how to manage if we have a mental lapse. We know how to manage if we need to push ourselves. We know how to manage when we need to, hey, it's time to slow down and just rest and take it easy, because we're about to burn out. So jump on board, please. Take us up on that offer, and you'll be good. You'll be good to go. Let's get into Q&A. If anyone's got any questions live, please try to type them in the chat box. For some reason, my personal account on Facebook doesn't let me. So if you've got questions, please go to the free group, or go into your Ignition or Basecamp and ask the questions there if you can. I just want to double check one more thing, because I feel like there's I'm missing one of the groups, so I just don't want to. Is it in Ignition? Have you seen it, Carly?
Are we in Ignition?
Oh, that's okay. No, we're there. We're excellent.
Can you see it? Yep.
Yeah, we're in weight loss group. Cool. Excellent. All right. Awesome. We've got everyone here.
Cool.
Haley, Ash, Trudy, we've got them all. That's awesome. Now, above my head, there's a little blue box called chat.restream.io FB. Please click on that link if you haven't, so I can see who it is that's asked a question, so we can answer it directly to you. But without further ado, let's go to the first question. It is, I find it hard to stay focused beyond 20 minutes in a gym session. Have you got any tips?
Can you just display the question? It popped up. There we go.
There you go.
Find it hard to stay focused beyond 20 minutes in the gym. Have you got any tips? Okay. So first and foremost, do you enjoy going to the gym?
Good question. Yes, I do.
Do you enjoy going to the gym? Because if you absolutely hate it, you need to learn to love it, ladies, especially you ladies. I think, especially if you're new to the gym, I think a good little bit of an icebreaker is doing those classes and things. Don't get hung up on the classes, but just to learn to start to love the gym, be comfortable with the gym. But if we're talking about, we're getting distracted and the rest of it, for me, I make sure that I'm following my program. I've got something to focus on. I'm listening to music or sounds that, that keep my energy high. Whether or not I've eaten, like if I'm going to go do a heavy leg session, I want to have fueled my body. There's and because I completely get the question, like there's nothing worse than going into the gym. You're feeling just absolute, you've got no energy because you haven't fueled your body. And yeah, you do, you kind of get distracted. So making sure that, you're fueled up. Mike.
Yeah. No, totally.
This question a little bit.
100%. I think, training on an empty stomach is good for some people and others it's not. For me, like you said, if you're going to do a heavy session, I really like to have carbs in my system, so I make sure that I do have a light meal beforehand, which is more like kids cereal because it's sugar and carbs straight away. But the root cause is if you're bored or your focus is lacking, you haven't planned in advance. That's the first thing for me. You're walking in the gym, you either don't know what you're doing or you haven't looked at your plan or your program and gone, well, today is back day or leg day or full body day. So you don't know what you're doing. And that's the first thing. That's why you're going to get bored. And we've seen it. Most people, they get on one machine, they go, oh, cool, I'm going to do chest. And they do chest and they're on their phone and then they're looking around, they go, what the fuck am I going to do next? I'm just going to go onto the treadmill and walk for 20 minutes and then they're out and they haven't done anything. They haven't accomplished anything. So focusing is something that you need to have to be planned beforehand so you can accomplish what you're doing. You've got to go in there with intention. Today, my intention is full body workout and I've got 8 exercises and I smack them out in 45 minutes because that's the time I have. Using a timer between sets so you don't get bored. Like if your focus means you're taking away your vision from the thing that you're accomplishing. So if you've got 3 sets and there's a 60-second rest between, don't get caught up on your phone. Don't get caught up on your phone. Put the timer on. It's on our app as well as everybody else's apps. Put your 60-second timer on and wait for that timer to go off before you start the next one. And that's a good reminder to say, hey, let's go. Again, the same thing. People finish their set. They're on the fucking phone. 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes has passed. They're scrolling through aimlessly and they're losing that moment where they should be back in hitting those muscles so you can get bang for buck out of it. Music is great. Podcasts are cool. I like to educate myself at the gym sometimes, so I listen to audiobooks because it gives me 5 minutes to 10 minutes or half an hour or whatever time to read and educate myself. If you need a buddy, grab a buddy, work out with someone to keep you motivated and accountable. I think if you're that type of person, me personally, I love working out by myself. Or if I go to the gym with wifey, just having her there's a cool thing because she can rebound off me if she's stuck with a few bits and pieces, and it's good for her to have that accountability. But if you need someone with you, take someone with you, or go when your friends go, or find a friend at the gym, because keeping you accountable and having someone there that's motivating you in some sort of way that might be a level up and you need to aim for that level. It's another bonus for you to be there. So yeah.
I agree with that, Mike. Also, I think, having a goal, making sure that you've, set some goals, whether it's, you just want to improve you want to work your upper body, you want to get some nice shoulders, or you want to work your booty. It doesn't matter. Just have a goal and something to work towards. Let's not even go down the line of bloody pre-workouts and that. Just have a shot of coffee.
I agree with that. But if you need it for a focus, there is nothing wrong with having a pre-workout, honestly. As long as you keep an eye on the contents, because some of them are really, really bad. But coffee is your best friend. Caffeine is good. And not everyone likes caffeine, so that's why I say it. Even though sugar-free energy drinks are great for before a gym session because they do have caffeine in them, but just beware of the shit that others put into it. I had an incident with a fat burner years ago where it spiked my triglycerides and I had to go on blood thinners to help pull my cholesterol back, which I've never had that, but it was because I had a fat burner protein shake that actually really fucked up my system. So just be careful with that stuff. But if you need it, it's on you, but I wouldn't do it. Caffeine's great, but have intention, have a program, have a plan, get your ass there on time, do your session in a time frame that's good for you. Make sure you take your registered breaks on your program, and get yourself a buddy if you need it to motivate and move on. That's the root cause, right? Losing focus is because you don't have a goal.
Pre-workout gummies, Joe reckons, are the go.
Yeah, I've seen them and I've heard about them. They're actually made with some really cool natural products as well. So, yeah, that's cool if you want to do that. I haven't tried them yet. But yeah, just for me, I like a handful of the kids' Milo cereal or Cheerios because there's enough sugar and carbs in that to get me going. That's my absolute favorite thing for a pre-workout meal. And but yeah, caffeine, I'm a big fan for it. And like you, Carly, can't learn without it.
Yep.
Awesome.
Let's go.
Next one is, sorry, I'm having trouble putting it up. How bad is salt for you? Really bad. Should be looking at this with things like beef jerky in the meal plan. All right. I'm going to start off by saying, guys and girls that are watching, we need salt to survive. Okay. What we do with our meal plans and program is we are giving you whole foods with a reduced amount of extra additives in it. Now, by being on a diet, a meal plan, I shouldn't say that. By being on a meal plan that has less processed foods on it, it means you are intaking less salt into your diet than you normally take, which most time with most people eating a highly processed diet, you got a lot of salt in your system. Okay. Excessive salt intake can lead to high blood pressure, and you know what that means. It can increase the risk of heart disease and stroke and things like that. So salt isn't bad for you in the controlled amounts. The problem with processed foods is there's a shit ton of salt in it to keep it alive for a long period of time. So yeah, eating stuff like beef jerky is cool because we're actually getting salt back into our system.
Yep.
That's the best part about it. So yeah, salt in moderation is perfectly fine. Beef jerky does contain a high level of salt. I mean, that's the question, but it's good for you because we've reduced a shit ton of salt out of your diet from processed foods. So for me personally, I like to add a little bit of salt into my cooking for seasoning. I like to cook with low salt soy sauce because again, I'm not adding too much salt into my system. But no, again, hot electrolytes. We need salt in our system. So if we're sweating a lot in the gym and we are taking a lot of salt out of our system, we need to add it back in. So if we've reduced the amount of processed foods we're eating whole foods, we need salt. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with controlled amount of salt in your diet.
I'd absolutely agree with that, Mike, especially from a weight managed perspective. Don't get hung up with all the, all these things that we read on social media and the rest of it. Just keep it simple. Unless, like, from a weight management perspective, look, salt is completely fine. And like you mentioned, Mike, unless you have, pre-existing medical conditions like, heart disease or high blood pressure, then yeah, I would give it a second thought. But just when you're wanting to manage your weight, forget it.
Yeah. But with us, if you're in a reduced amount of processed foods, which you should be doing, you are taking a lot of salt out of your system, probably bringing your level back to a normal level.
That's right. Yeah.
Like that's got to be considered. But also, if we are working out, if we're a little bit overweight and we're starting to work out, we're going to sweat a lot more because we're, body core temperature is coming up really quickly, and we do need to get salt back in the system. The best way to do that is lightly salt in your meals, and also having electrolyte tablets or effervescence or whatever like that during the day can help bring it back in. So yeah, nothing wrong with salt. Salt's good. We need it to survive. Okay, I'm new to the gym. I can't get there 5 days, so I feel like I'm failing. Should I drop the number of days I aim for?
Oof.
Carly girl?
Yeah, look, guys, stop putting such high expectations on yourself. Set realistic goals. If you can't get to the gym 5 days a week, don't set this expectation. Don't set these intentions at the start of the week that you're going to go Monday to Friday. If, in fact, it's completely undoable. I think, especially us women, we really tend to try and, we go full ball at these things. Yes, I'm going to go to A, B, C, and D and trying to tick all the boxes. And really, when we don't live up to it, we feel like a complete failure. Keep it simple. Look, 2 days, 1 day in the gym is better than nothing. Just don't be so hard on yourself. As long as you are consistent over a long period of time, that's when you're a real winner.
100%. I think the problem we've got here is most clients, when they start with us, or especially myself, the question I ask is, how many days do you want to go in the gym? And they'll go, I think I can go 4. I'm like, okay, let's start with 2. Okay, let's start with 2. And they go, why was that? I'll say, because if you can't give me a committed answer straight away, that means you are not ready to go to 4 or 5. So I would rather people start with 2 or 3 days full body sessions and get them locked in, get some momentum going, build a habit, and then week 6, 7, 8, start looking at maybe adding another day. But it's not a failure. It's not a failure, especially based on your fitness level currently. If we're starting out on our weight loss journey, this is what we're talking about. It's not a failure. You probably can only go 2 days a week because you're tired, you're unfit, and you're not used to it, and your availability is limited. So if you feel like you're failing because you can't get there 5, reduce it down to 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay. But make sure you hit those days.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong as well. Like, if you can't get to the gym and you want to train, do it at home workout. Get some resistance bands or pick up a kid. Like, it's still resistance training. Think outside the box.
Exactly right. And I think we got to, if we are limited for time, we've got to focus on quality workouts rather than quantity. So 3 days full body sessions can get you some fucking really good results, even better than maybe a 5-day session of a body part split. So prioritize the way you train and make sure that they're quality workouts. So if you can only get there 3 days or 4 days, get there at the time, do your fucking session and do it well. And make them count. And probably look, if we do a full body, we look at incorporating compound exercises and progressive overload. So that's the base for building muscle. But yeah, consistency is the key. If you prioritize on being consistent in the gym, you will gradually be able to increase your days and become more comfortable in going those days. But it comes down to time management, what you're available, your fitness level, and just making sure you're not a failure if you don't. You're a failure if you don't turn up at all. If you said, I'm going 3 days and you don't turn up at all, well, you failed big time. Okay, but you're not a failure. You can do it. You can hit the reset button and go back next week.
Yep, I love that, Mike.
Yeah, excellent. So yeah, get to the gym. But if you tell me first up 5 days, I'm going to say go 4 or go 3, and make sure you go quality days, absolute quality days. All right, elbow plank exercise. What are they actually good for? Absolutely nothing.
If you're trying to get abs, go back to tracking your nutrition.
Yeah, correct.
Look,
they're a great exercise for core strength. And don't forget, the core is not just the front; it's the back and sides as well. So it helps improve posture and reduces back pain and little things like that. But it's purely targeted at your core muscle groups, and so over time it simultaneously strengthens things because you're putting your body through endurance. So it basically is an elbow plank, which is just directly helping. It does help a little bit of shoulders because you're doing stability work by holding still, but it's a plank. It's for core. End of story.
Yep. I don't really have anything to add to that, Mike.
That was a good little easy one. I like those.
Yep.
All right. Next question is, we got one from Joe in there. It says about an app. What apps do people use for step counting? Apple Watch is annoying me. And I saw your post, Joe, and I think from memory when I was going through, it was something to do about you rode a bike and then you ran and you didn't get your steps up or something like that. They don't measure steps on when you do a bike. If you do want to do that, tie it to your shoe. Trust me, it works. You can get steps up by doing it that way. But Apple Watch, none of them are super accurate. Okay, we've got to remember that. Some of them have a failure rate of like 60 to 70%, which is pretty bad. But technology is really good these days, so they're kind of okay. What do you guys use in Pedometer Plus? I think it's called.
Oh, we're in different worlds, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
You and I.
Yeah,
Pedometer Plus.
I'm the freelance hippie Android, and you're the
Android
I have to live by the rules of Apple.
That's right. Well, what's the question? She doesn't like. Is it just Apple that's?
Yeah. What apps do people use for step counting? Because Apple Watch is annoying her. That's what she said.
Well, Pedometer plus plus. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's all we know. So
Yeah.
try that. All right. Next question's a cool one because I think we all will absolutely feel this. Do you ever just binge? I mean, go all out and smash all the food. I have this thing inside me that every now and then I just want to go loose. Do you? Yes, I do. 100% I do. And most of the times they're the days when I'm at my lowest. Or I've had a mad cardio session. I've done a massive bike ride and I want to absolutely eat everything because I've got no energy. So, do I? Yes. Carly, do you?
Mine, yes, sometimes.
The feeling first. The feeling.
Beg your pardon?
You ever get the feeling?
Yeah, of course, especially on the weekends when you feel that, kind of like relax, but I've also got the awareness to think a couple of hours ahead of time and go, is that really going to serve my goals? How am I going to feel afterwards? I know I'm going to feel like a bag of shit.
Yeah.
But why do we do it? Why do we binge eat? There's so many factors.
Yep.
So you've got, emotional stress. What's your diet like during the week? Like, are you really restrictive with your eating?
Way too restrictive.
Yeah. And then you've got women with hormonal changes and things. Like, there's so many reasons why, we can tend to binge eat. But you've just got to have, once again, go back to your goals. Is this going to serve me? Look, I think you're human. You're absolutely human. And sometimes women and men, we use it as a coping mechanism. But the longer you're attached to this process, I think it becomes much more manageable.
Yeah, definitely.
But, to say I never feel like I want to binge or I never do it, I would be completely lying. You're human.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, 100%. Do I do it? No. Do I go a whole day of eating shit? No, not anymore. I used to. I used to be one of those people that lived by the old cheat day rule, which is horse crap.
Yeah.
We got to remember it takes 3,500 calories to put on half a kilo of body fat. And 3,500 calories is quite easy to do in a whole day. Actually, 7,000 calories is quite easy to do in a whole day. When you think about it, if you have 3 heavy meals that are about 2,000 calories each, plus shitty snacks during the day, you can actually do that quite easily. So yeah, I think what Carly said was 100% right. Look at what you're currently eating. Are you restricting yourself too much? If you are, then definitely you'll get cravings. Number 2, are you eating enough protein? Because if you're not, you won't be full enough to worry about having to binge eat. Number 3, if you crave something, fucking eat it. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Treats are a part of a healthy relationship with food. Treats are a part of that. If you love chocolate, budget for the chocolate.
Yeah.
If you love a Cadbury fucking Top Deck Caramello, whatever the fuck it is you like, and you want to have one every single day, have it.
Yeah.
Make it part of your daily routine. Have it as a snack. If you can budget for those 120, 150 calories, by all means, please do it. That will make you have a healthy relationship with food.
And don't beat yourself up about it once you've done it. As long as you're going into it with awareness, you're conscious of your decision. I want to eat this. Great. It's when we get so, we're fucking knee deep in a block of chocolate that we didn't actually have any intention to, eat the whole block. That's where it becomes an issue.
Yeah, that's definitely something we need to start identifying the triggers, because something's happened during the day or the day before or the week before that's made you relapse and go back into those old habits. So yeah, I think occasionally binge eating a meal as a cheat is cool, is awesome. It's part of healthy relationship with food. Having a whole day or a weekend, nah, that's starting to become a problem. If your goal is weight loss, okay, there are guys out there that are dirty bulking when it comes to weight training, and they need to do that. That's a whole different story. But no, we're not going to get into that because we're not into doing that stuff. But yeah, if you have a craving, budget for the craving. Work hard during the week, put your deposits in, have your withdrawal, and be happy that you had that high calorie meal. But if you are see yourself falling into this category of, I am going to be binge eating all the time, there's an underlying issue that you really need to take control of. Kaylee, I do that with my mango wheat bar. I make room for it a few times a week. Yep, 100%.
Because you've got the knowledge now, Kaylee. You know how to do that. You know how to manage it.
Exactly right.
Before, rewind, when you were a bit of a challenge hopper and the rest of it. You
Yep.
weren't fucking binging on mango wheat bars. You were binging on fucking chips and chocolate. So this is a better choice.
And the mango wheat bar would have been the healthy option for dessert.
Yeah.
Like in most people's eyes, but then we look at it.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly
and
right.
The cool part is actually like I think Aldi have those they're similar to a wheat bar. They're only like 94 calories. They're really good. Like I have them as a snack all the time, especially coming into summer. I love those like yogurty type snacks or the spicy type ice cream. So yeah, 110 calories. There you go.
Beauty.
And you know what, Kaylee? You're doing your walk every day. You've budgeted for it.
Yeah.
That's the best part. We've got a curly one thrown through from Barney. My calories are good, but I'm struggling to get the 200 grams of protein in each day. Is that a problem or okay, as my calories are still under 2,000? Thanks. Barnes, I would be asking the question. Sorry, did you want that up again, Cap?
No, I can see it in the comments, so that's cool. Okay, mate.
If you're following the program, if you're on the meal plan still, I don't know what week you're up to, Barney, but if you're following the meal plan still, you shouldn't have a problem hitting your protein target if you're eating the right amount of calories. If you're under your protein target, it generally means you've either had a high calorie something in there that you've added on accidentally, incidentally, and missed out on your protein target, or you haven't actually hit your calorie target. You might have think you are. If you're on intuitive eating where you've got to do it yourself, you might not be tracking properly. These are things I'll be looking out for because I'm going to ask those questions to you. But if you get to the end of the day and you're at 2,000 calories and you're at 180 grams of protein and you need to hit your protein target, have a fucking protein shake. Sacrifice those extra 150 calories for that protein because it is so important to have in your system, especially if you're in the gym training in weights.
Yep.
So Barnes, ask yourself those questions. Are you tracking properly, number one? Are you following the plan? If not, with your intuitive eating, are you actually eating the right amount of calories? And sacrifice that extra 120, 130 calories for that protein straight away.
Yeah, and just making sure, like you said, Mike, getting a protein shake in because it can be quite challenging to hit your protein intake when you're in a calorie deficit. So, yeah.
So last night I was at, so I've gone to a bit of a cut. I'm doing a cut at the moment because I want to get a couple of kilos off. And last night I was at, I'm going to shred like, no, I don't want to shred. I don't want to be that guy. So I was at 1,900 calories, I think, and I still had 30 grams of protein. So I just did a double scoop and had my shake before I went to bed.
Beautiful.
Protein target. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Barnes.
Yeah, great question.
Yeah. Okay, what are the best foods to break your morning fast with? Okay, breakfast is called breaking fast, but if you're in if you're fasting, the best foods, Carls?
Don't eat.
No, but okay, we finished our fast. Now we got to
finish your fast. Okay.
Have a lunch.
Yep.
What's the best food?
Eat whatever you want. I mean, like for me, my usual is I go straight to my protein shake. But if you're somebody that's, maybe like for you, Mike, that, you're always riding and the rest, I would imagine that you don't really fast. But,
I do, actually.
If you need to top up with your carbs, like it really doesn't matter. It doesn't eat the food. It doesn't. And it's the same with the meal plan. We get so hung up on, I've got to follow this and have my meals all in order. Just eat the fucking food. It really does not matter. But I know, Mike, you probably have a little bit of a different approach there with your carb intake and
it's different. Like my percentages are heaps different, but like if you're on a fast and the best foods to break your fast with is a high protein meal in my eyes. I try to eat protein with absolutely every meal I have, which includes snacks. If I have an apple, I'll have like that PB peanut butter powder that you mix up with water and have that with the apple, so I get a protein hit. If I have some sort of yogurt, I always put protein powder in it just to enhance my protein. So I would rather you guys have protein in absolutely every meal so you can get your hit, but there is no proper meal to break your fast with. For me, it's fiber. For me, it's carbs. For me, it's protein, and I think everyone should follow it. It's like the rule of thirds. Even if with your lunch, if you're having a chicken sandwich, you're getting all those things in a chicken sandwich or a chicken salad most of the time. So yeah, there's no great best food to break your fast with. Just make sure it's within your calorie intake and it's got some protein in it, and you'll go about your day pretty well.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, get your protein in. Now that we really are breaking this down, get your protein in, because then if you're snacking on shit, you're coming out of a fast and you're feeling really hungry. That's probably when you're going to start binging if you're not filling up.
100%. What happens when we're hungry? We go for stuff that's going to quickly give us a bit of a hit, and usually that's high processed shit. And then 20 minutes later, we're hungry again. No, breaking your fast with a meal that has carbs, has fats, has protein, has fiber in it is going to fill you up, and you'll probably get to 3 o'clock and go, fuck, I'm still full, but I've got to eat my afternoon snack. and you just have a protein bar and you go along your merry way. So breaking it with a delicious, nutritious meal is probably the best option.
Yep. Beautiful.
Cool. Excellent. Is it really possible to lose fat and gain muscle at the same time? Yes. 100%. Why do you think we prescribe weight training with a weight loss program? Because we want you to build a frame. The worst thing in the world is when people lose weight and they don't train at the gym. And when they've lost all that weight, they do not have any definition come through. It's just saggy skin and no muscle structure. Yep. So they've lost all that fat, which is awesome, but they don't have a structure underneath to build this awesome machine that's just going to chew through fuel.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's 100% possible, but it combines proper nutrition, resistance training, and a little bit of cardio just to keep you active, which is walking. But you have to be in a calorie deficit, and you have to prioritize your protein intake as a fucking must. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Protein is a must. Okay. I don't want people bogging themselves down on, how much carbs, how much fats. As long as you eat carbs and fats. I want you to eat carbs and fats. I want you to eat all the carbs if you can.
Yeah.
But protein is king when you want to lose fat and gain muscle simultaneously. If you need help with that, come see us. We're experts in it. All right. Just telling everyone out there if you don't know how to do it. But slight calorie deficit, prioritize weight training, make sure you smash your protein and go to the gym. You can do it 100%. But you want to be having a frame underneath when you've lost the fat so you can see the definition come through and it spurs you on more. But losing that weight and not having a frame underneath, you just feel like a saggy bag of skin.
Yeah, that's right, Mike. I think, a lot of women are like, I want to get that toned look. I want to feel firm and the rest of it. That doesn't come from losing weight. That comes from lifting weights.
Correct.
And building that muscle underneath. That's what you mean by toned, is losing that fat and that muscle being a little bit more productive. That's what tone is.
The biggest fear too, Carls, is people think weight training means they're going to get massive. Right? Look at you, right? I'm not going to. You've been weight training for 2 years.
A long time, and
you smash 150 grams of protein a day.
Yeah.
You lift weights, 4 days a week?
Yeah.
And you are not.
I'm not bulky.
You are not Mr. Schwarzenegger. You are like, your body is really well sculpted. Like, you look fantastic. That's why everybody ogles it. Like your legs, your butt, your hips, like your shoulders. That's because you prioritize weight training while you were losing weight.
That's right.
So you build a frame.
That's exactly right, Mike.
I didn't do it that way. I lost the weight up first, and then I started on the frame. So, I felt the bad side of things where I didn't have anything. I was just like skinny fat, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, build a frame. It's 100% it's possible.
Yeah.
The problem is people think weight loss is the only thing that they've got to aim for. No, we've got to be able to build a frame underneath so we can burn more fuel straight on afterwards. We're building a bigger engine. So anything to add? No? Cool.
No, I think that's perfectly answered.
All right. This is a cool question. We get this all the time. What is whey protein concentrate? Is it different to whey protein isolate? I'm asking because it seems to be a little cheaper. Yes, 100% whey protein concentrate is a little cheaper because it's got a lot of additives in it. And it is not it doesn't have a higher protein content as as WPI. So that's why it's cheaper. It has a few more additives. We're talking the percentages, I think, are about 10% different from memory. but it's slightly cheaper to its lower purity, but it's still a valuable protein source. I mean, I guess if we're budget conscious people and we really can't afford that extra $10 or whatever it costs, then cool. But for our guys and girls, we really want you to focus on getting bang for buck with your protein and making sure that you're value for money. So WPI is your best form.
Yeah.
There's so many out there. For me, again, protein powder comes down to taste as number one. If you don't like it, you won't fucking drink it or eat it or whatever. So go for taste first and then find the product that's suitable to you. But please look for a WPI because you're getting the most pure form of protein.
That's right. What are you? You're taking a protein shake for a reason.
Yep.
Take the better option.
I agree. If you're if you're serious about losing weight or building muscle and you want the best thing possible, that extra $10 is worth it in my eyes.
Yep. Beautiful.
Excellent. Excuse me. Oh, cool. Do the home workouts with bodyweight exercises qualify as weight training? That is a great question. I don't know who asked
that.
I can't see, but okay, let me ask you a question, whoever it was, Facebook user. You carry weight on your body. I don't know who this is, but most people that are morbidly obese or overweight are a walking gymnasium. Okay. They don't understand that. They think, I had a client who passed away not long ago, poor kid. He was told by his doctor, because he was severely overweight, that he would be a liability in the gym. So do not go to the gym because you'll break machines. Like, imagine how disheartening that would be as a 21-year-old kid. Okay. Absolutely disheartening. But I don't want people that are huge to go to the gym. You're a walking gymnasium. The fact that you're walking around, you're carrying extra weight, is your body is actually building muscle underneath to support yourself. Okay. But yeah, do home workouts here with bodyweight qualifies as weight training? They sure do. Can you get progressive overload? No, unless you add weight on, which is either a weighted vest or weight plates or something like that. But if you're going to do that, you need to get your ass to the gym.
Yep. This is a fantastic question because, a lot of men and women come into our academy and, let's be real, it's Philippa, beautiful Philippa.
Thank you.
A lot of men and women come into the academy and we're not in the best shape and we don't feel confident and we're sure as fuck not going to get into the gym. Okay.
Yep.
So we actually love the fact that you want to embrace resistance training to begin with. So this is what we do. We build you a program to start out with at home. It doesn't matter, like a push-up, it's all resistance training. And as you said, Mike, with the progressive, adding some weights or whatever, holding a baby, slowing down your movements, it can all help. But if you want to see real gains, that is just the next level. Like, we have so many women coming. I'm not a gym person. I'm never, ever, ever going to be in the gym.
Yeah.
99% of the women that come into the academy that say, I am not a gym person.
Yeah.
They're in the fucking gym now.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
It is so bloody beautiful to see.
It's amazing.
I could never, ever rule it out. Yes, absolutely. You can start out at home. It is still resistance training, Philippa.
Yeah.
Beautiful question. I have 2 small weights. Great. Use them.
Yep.
Use them. And if it's something like a bicep curl or whatever it is, and it's a kilo dumbbell and it's not heavy for you.
Yeah.
Really, really, look, we're not going to get into the full mechanics, but just focusing on that muscle and really, really focusing on form and slowing down that exercise and squeezing the muscle. Just little tweaks you can make. Definitely. When you have that knowledge.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Is it resistance training? Yes. Can you do progressive overload with body weight? No, you can't, unless you add something to you, which is a weight of some sort. So get in the gym, Philippa. I'd love to see you now. I reckon you kill it. By the way, you're one of the biggest posters in the weight loss group at the moment. I checked the stats. So keep it up. It's really cool. I like that because it means you're being consistent and accountable to yourself. So awesome to see, my friend.
And she's one of the biggest supporters.
Yep. Excellent.
She's everywhere.
Yep. I love it.
So well done.
I was in a plateau on my weight for 2 to 3 weeks, and all of a sudden I dropped 3 kilos in 2 weeks. Should I be worried? Is that normal?
Okay. So first, you're not in a plateau. When if you're saying 2 to 3 weeks, that is not a plateau. Like, this is what we get so hung up on when we don't see movement for a couple of weeks. This is completely normal. When we do hit a plateau, however, please stop looking at it like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's actually the opposite, okay? It's your body adapting.
Yeah.
Some questions that you could ask yourself, and as a coach that we would ask, is, are you in a calorie deficit? Are you tracking your nutrition still?
Yeah.
You know, have you, has something, as your physical activity gone down? Water retention. Is your body holding on to more water than, as usual?
Yep.
Stress, hormonal fluctuations, so much going on.
Yep.
Mike?
Yeah, no, I think that's the perfect answer is most people mistake a plateau for them actually fucking up and going off program. End of story. Plateaus are super common in weight loss and can stall your progress, but it's generally when you've taken something out of the equation to stop that. Or, to me, it's not a plateau when you hit your maintenance level. Okay, we've got to remember a plateau is a pause or something's gone wrong in your progressive journey. A maintenance level is when you've hit the point where your body says, okay, hey, I'm eating the same amount of food all the time. I'm doing the same amount of work in the gym. I can't move my body weight up or down. So something's got to change, which means you need to increase your calories and your protein. So don't mistake a plateau for maintenance, but remember that plateaus are normal, but it's something that you've switched off. You've stopped your steps. You've stopped tracking. You've stopped eating your calories. You're not in a deficit. You're in calorie surplus. But it will stabilize. The reason why all of a sudden you've dropped 3 kilos in 2 weeks is probably because you started tracking again and you're hitting your calorie targets and you're going back out and getting your weight training sessions done and you're walking your 10,000 steps a day. That's generally the reason why.
Yeah.
So, is it normal? Yes. Should you be worried? No. Just get your ass into gear and do the things that you need to do to ensure that you're on target for your weight loss journey.
Play the long game.
Yep.
These are banging questions this morning.
Man, I'm loving this. Last one for the day. And I like this one because it's right
this
up
is
my
such
alley.
a Mike question.
Yeah, it is a Mike question. I want 2024 to be the best year of my life in terms of personal growth. Do you have any monumental tips that I could benefit from that helped you? The number one tip that I will give you if you want to be the best version of yourself or personal growth is believe in yourself first and foremost. It's all right. It's all well and good. And we're going to talk about setting goals and short terms and long terms and stuff like that. But if you don't believe in yourself, you won't do that thing or those things or be that person that you want to be. First and foremost is belief, 100%. If I didn't have belief in who I am, I wouldn't have taken the huge risk that I took to step out of the family business and come into doing this full time. Yeah, and that's because I had belief, but I also had a great team around me that supported me, family and you guys, which was great. But belief is hell of a 100% number one. Number two is set clear, achievable goals for personal growth. That's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about weight loss. We're talking about personal growth. So you need big rocks goals and little rock goals. You need those ones that are really hard to move. But you can move them over time, and you need those little rock goals that are so easy to move that give you that little bit of a rush of endorphins to say, hey, I've ticked one off, and they all support the big rock goals. So you need those. And you need to have a growth mindset. You need to have a growth mindset. You need to be open to learning new things and fucking embracing challenges. If you hit a roadblock, if you hit something in life, the obstacle is the way. It means you're going the right way. So push through those fucking obstacles. But you've got to have support. You've got to be surrounded with the right people. You've got to be fucking culling your family and friends that do not support that thing that you need to do personally, and you need to have the right people around you. If you are surrounded by 5 legends, you'll be the 6th one. If you're surrounded by 5 fuckwits, you'll be the 6th fuckwit. End of story.
I love that.
Yeah, it's the true story, right? Seek and find a mentor or a role model or someone that's done the thing that you want to do and mimic that, or ask them for help. there's so many people out there that will give you their time if you ask for it, and they will teach you the way to get there. But I think one of the big key factors in personal growth is regularly reflecting on your progress, tweaking your progress as it goes. And the big one is celebrating those small wins. Celebrating the small wins. Yeah. They're the ones that are going to make you continually go on. Don't just tick it off and go, yeah, fucking celebrate it. If it means going out and you know, going and having a glass of wine or whatever it makes you feel good about it, celebrate it. Actually make it a victory.
Yeah. This is how you build your confidence and self-belief. I think also we really need to be aware of, you know, our inner critic, right?
Yeah.
That inner dialogue that we use. Don't speak to yourself like a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Speak to yourself how you would your mum or your sister or your friend, and be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, replacing that inner critic with, instead of, you know, I can't do this, or, you know, this is something that's completely, you know, I'm a complete failure or whatever. No, I can learn how to do this.
Yeah, exactly right.
You know, just overriding that shitty inner critic that, you know, it's going to always come up. This is
make friends with the inner critic, I say.
Yeah.
Make friends with it. It's going to be there. It's there to support you because it's going to point out the little things in life that you have to be aware of, but don't let them say things if you don't need to. Okay. Don't let them say anything. Like the last thing I want to say on this, because we've got to wrap it up, is if you want to have the best year in terms of personal growth, be the victor, not the victim. Be the victor, not the victim. Don't be the one that has to go around getting attention for, woe is me, this is what's happened. Be the one that goes around and shows the victor, the one that the things that you've done well, and celebrate those little things. So be the victor, not the victim.
Love that, Mike.
Cool. Thanks, guys. If anyone's got any more questions, fire away quickly because we're about to wrap up. But apart from that, this has been an absolute banger of a Q&A.
It has, hasn't it?
Yeah, I love this stuff. It's been really cool. I like the fact that everybody's on a roll at the moment, and these questions are really deep and meaningful when it comes to, you know, the journey of losing weight and becoming the best version of yourself.
Who is this legend in the comments?
Our words are how we manifest. Talk only about what you want. Stop complaining about what you don't want. Correct. 100%. And that's being the victim, not the victim in my eyes. So perfect. Absolutely. That's the best way to end this this segment today. Yeah. Thanks for everyone for joining us. I really appreciate it. Hope you have an amazing day. Hit your protein target today. Make that a priority of the day. Hit your protein target. If you have to sacrifice calories at the end of the day, do it, but make sure you hit the protein target. Enjoy your Wednesday, Carly. It was lovely having you on again.
Thank you. Warriors for the win. Come at us. Come at us. Please.
Wolves, please. Wolves are going to win. Wolves won yesterday. Wolves are going to win today. 100%.
Let's go, Warriors.
Nah, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah. Oi, Joe, I'm with you. Go enjoy your music, Mike.